Welcome back. We know that where you live is very important. It's a place that you call home, you and your family. And this morning, we're highlighting neighborhoods across the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, we're going out and connecting with you to learn about your neighborhood's history, the issues you face day to day, and your push for solutions. So check this out. This week, we're focusing on the 33705 zip code. Spans to the Trop all the way down to Coquina Key. As we roll ahead here, and we're going to look at part of St. Pete with history many may not know about.
Yeah, this morning we have 10 Tampa Bay's Jabari Thomas out live at St. Petersburg Regional Skate Park. Jabari, you're not on wheels, but you're sure having fun anyway.
Yeah, and y'all know I could do just about everything, right? But skateboarding is not it. I can't do it. But for the people who can, they can absolutely come out here to Campbell Park and skateboard with their community and get to learn some tricks. And, you know, the best time to come out here is Sunday. That's when the park is really full. But, you know, let's go back in history for a little bit. Let's talk about the people who were here first, the natives, okay? And I'm not talking about the natives for the folks who, you know, watched the Trop being built. I'm talking about before there were even buildings, okay? Because there's a place not far from here at Indian Mound Park. It's where the Native American mounds are. And we spoke with Mike. He's with the St. Pete Park and Rec Center, and he basically told us, you know, why it's so important to keep these mounds around and to protect and preserve them. Take a listen.
So a midden is, in essence, a modern-day trash facility. This is where we believe the Indians disposed of pottery shards, shells, bones, arrowheads, that sort of thing. But it was also used for political purposes. It was used for recreation. It was an area where the tribes really gathered and did their business. So we believe that this Indian Menon is the Tocobaga Indians. We believe that it was part of a system of Indian Menons that are here in this area of town that go all along West St. Pete. And we believe that the Tocobaga were part of the Safety Harbor people tribe. As we focus on this Indian Menon, our job is to make sure that we're preserving it and that we're limiting the erosion wherever possible. So one of the things you might notice as we start to walk up the Indian Menon is that we've put shell down. This is certified clean shell, so that we need to make sure that we are keeping our maintenance material separate from what's here at the Indian Menon, so that 100 years from now, if somebody does a dig, our material hasn't mixed with the Indian Menon material that was originally here. As you look around, all of the trees that are here, again, have been carefully selected. They're natives. You know, we make sure that those trees and those plants don't have roots that will destroy the Menon, but we also make sure that they have roots and they have systems that will hold the soil and the material in place so that we don't have an erosion issue. One of the things that we are most concerned about is protecting and preserving and then educating. So here at this particular Menon, we've got very detailed signs that show the history and the information about the Indians that were here. We've worked with several organizations like FPAN, USF, and we've done LIDAR studies. We actually have those LIDAR results here on the screen which show the topography of the Indian Menon. Also here, we've got a QR code that anybody is able to go out, access our website, and you can do a virtual 3D, 360 tour of the artifacts. You can also do virtual tours of the locations that you're visiting today. One of the things that we did several years back is we actually, as a department, we hired several experts to do an Indian Menon master plan so that we have guidance and we have guiding principles that allow us to really do what's best for the property. I think it's absolutely critical that we preserve our history and that we educate the folks that are living here now and the folks that will be living here into the future. This is all about making folks aware of who was here before we were.
How about that? Wasn't that cool? We learned something every day about the community here, and there are more historic sites throughout Pinellas County that you guys can visit. You can also go on the Parks and Rec site and learn about the history and the artifacts in each of the historic parks. And get this, y'all, St. Petersburg Park and Recreation is the first in the country to have a 360-degree tour of each of the historic parks online. Okay, I want to mention one more thing. Last but not least, please, oh please, respect the property when you come out. Don't come out here and tear it up, all right? This is, you know, very important to our history, the culture, and the history of each of these historic sites, all right? I'll see you out there.